Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. Welcome. My name is Sadhana. For those of you that are new here, I just need to maybe go here. There we go. That's better. Okay. I am an intuitive reader and healer, and I'm here every Tuesday doing live readings. And this week, I was inspired by a spread that I saw. Excuse me. It was not created by Jonathan Daly, but Jonathan shared it in several Facebook groups. And it was called the Broken Heart Spread. And it got me thinking to the many, many readings that I do on this channel about broken hearts, about sadness with relationship. And I just want to talk. If you can just give me a minute or so here, a couple minutes. I just want to talk about the nature of the broken heart and the nature of healing and moving through challenges in relationship. Because when I read the spread, which had the intention of healing a broken heart, I really felt the energy of, oh, woe is me. And that energy of life is happening to me, which is something that I try very hard to get away from, to empower clients, to remind myself that everything that is happening in life is for me, and it's for my learning, it's for my growth. And if I can see, sorry, I'm just putting cards away from my last session, then I don't know, just it's so important to start to see life's challenges as lessons as opposed to things coming down from on above or from outside to ruin your day and to ruin your life. So what I decided to do was to spend some time thinking about the broken heart spread and how I might approach a broken heart spread from a different direction. And so I did that. I created a spread and I posted it in my Facebook group and shared it in the other two groups where the other broken heart spread was shared. And one of the questions I asked was, do you see that? Do you see that? Or sometimes do you really just need the hug of that different energy? Am I playing, is my spread too hardball? And so I want to look at some of the questions in the spread. Now, I won't be able to do a 6-card spread for all of you, but I definitely can focus on the nature of your question. If you do have a relationship question, I want to address some of the questions below. And I guess I should say hi to everybody that's coming in. I know Fatima was here first. Tamiya, hello again. And Evangelina, Nina, welcome. I am well, Fatima. Thanks for asking. Tamiya has a question. Pallavi is here. Hello. Donna, blessings. Amber, welcome. Selena, Snowfox Tarot, hi there. And I will answer that one. Dee is here and Irene. Okay. I think this is a really good question, and maybe this is why I felt compelled to shift the energy of the broken heart spread. So when you think of broken heart, there's a piece that's missing, or there's a pain of sorts. We hurt, we ache. Someone has betrayed us. We feel betrayed. Somebody has left. Somebody has died. And so there's an emptiness to this. And I recently on Netflix watched a series called Afterlife. It's a British series, and it's funny because I was watching this as I was creating this spread, and I'm thinking about I guess, Andrew, the short answer is this. The short answer is that we are complete without another. We are whole without another. And from a yogic perspective, what another does is they offer a mirror, they offer a reflection, they offer, of course, they can offer support and comfort and all of that as well too. But they're there to keep shining back that which we need to see. And of course, they shine back our light, right? They shine back our light, our love, our sun, if we are projecting that. But if we are emanating darkness and shadow, they're going to shine that back as well too. So they really keep us on check, in check. And a broken heart is, I don't know, it's such a big question. Maybe a broken heart is time. It's time, much needed time to be alone and to understand the difference between being alone and being lonely, because that's a big yogic lesson as well too. But I want to look at the questions, because I think the questions that I put in the description box below, which I haven't prepared banners for, but I'm going to read for you. So if you go down below, so the first one is this: what is the current frequency of my heart center? Number 2 is, how might I love myself more fully? How might I love myself more fully? So part of healing the heart space is unconditional love for self. If you can't love yourself, how can somebody else love you? And this is everything from self-care, like looking after your physical body, looking after your mental health, your financial health. So how can I love myself more fully is a really important question, right? Because we really have no business entering into a relationship if we don't already love ourselves. We can't expect that to be discovered in another. The best relationships are when two people who love themselves individually come together and they learn more about love. So this is a really important question. The third question is, what is the medicine of gratitude? So not only compassion, but gratitude can help to heal the heart. And sometimes gratitude can feel fake, right? If we're doing a gratitude practice, we're putting words in a jar or something, it can feel a little heavy. But if we are sincere in our gratitude, if we daily count our blessings, we bring our hands to our heart space and we name and we list what we feel grateful for, it shifts the frequency of our heart space. And so bringing into awareness that which we feel grateful for can be just so inspiring and so healing. So very, very healing. The next question has to do with understanding your relationship with unconditional love. So unconditional love can be mirrored in the other, right? So this is about loving our spouse when, they lose their job and money is tight. It's about loving. I use the cat example. Oh my goodness. Cats have been my big lesson, right? So loving the stray cat that keeps coming to the back door, showing a love not only for your spouse, but for all beings. Loving your children through their most difficult challenges, right? Unconditional love is a practice that is so hard. It's so hard, but it's so important. So this question is about understanding my relationship with unconditional love. It's a big one. It's a really big one. And so, Andrew, I think in answering your question, these five or these six questions are really from a yogic point of view. And then the fifth one has to do with letting go, right? So there is also this aspect of making space. We can't carry everything with us, right? So sometimes we need to release. What is the next step in letting go? And that's an important part in relationships. And then the last one is about the beauty. Where might I find inspiration, poetry, and joy in my life? And this particular question brings in an aspect of um, I want to say second chakra and fourth chakra. So one of the right of the second chakra is to feel. That's the general kind of right. And then usually if we expand that to understand we have the right to feel joy, we have the right to be happy. We don't always have to be happy. We have the right to be sad as well too. But how can I bring beauty and joy and grace into my life is another important question when we're feeling in that energy of a broken heart. And pulling a card with this question might really help with, okay, this is where I can focus. Maybe it's with charity work. Maybe it's going back to some arts and crafts that I love. Maybe it's about spending more time in nature, right? So we can get all these kind of answers from the tarot. So yeah, so this spread, which I can't do all of for you at this time, right? It's a big spread, would be one of really tapping into healing. What does it mean to heal a broken heart? And what does it mean to bring the heart chakra into a higher frequency? So yeah, so that was my intention. Okay. Beautiful, Tamsin. Thank you for sharing that. All right, I'm going to scroll on up and I will get to your questions. And if you would like a question from this spread, let me know. So if you feel inspired by any of the questions that are listed below, I'm happy to do that for you. This is kind of my focus today. It's about healing the heart space or, being more aware of the heart space. So let me know if I can help you there in any way. Okay, so I smell, and hopefully the internet will stay on. In my last session, the internet cut out, so I don't know if we're getting serviced around here or what's going on. First up is Tamiya. I'm experiencing a lot of heartbreak in my marriage and feel like we are at an important crossroads. Okay. So, Tamiyan, I would suggest pulling some cards and doing the spread yourself. And I think what I will do is I'll do a 3 card. And the first card will be for just the general frequency of the heart space. And I think I'm going to look at unconditional love. And unconditional love and And maybe there's something to let go of as well too. Okay, so those are the kind of the 3 cards I'm going to pull for you. Letting go will be the 3rd card, unconditional love will be the 2nd card, and the 1st card will be the general frequency of the heart space. I'm shuffling the Lily White Tarot. So I'm going to use these questions as inspiration for your personal readings today. Let's hold light and love around Tamiya as she faces these challenges in her marriage. Thanks to the mods very much for your support here today. I see you're being very active. And remember that we can all learn from listening to readings for another. We are here for a reason in this shared space. And thank you for your kindness to one another in the chat. Thank you for your patience and understanding as well too. All right, so what is the general energy of Tamiya's heart chakra? This is Celia Millsville's Lily White Tarot. This is what you need to know about unconditional love, and this is letting go. I can see both positive and challenging qualities here. And one of the challenging qualities might be a need to fix things. So the general frequency of the heart space, this is the 8 of Pentacles. This is a card of doing. It's a card of busyness, right? And what I'm sensing here is a need perhaps to slow down. This is not something to be fixed. This is something to be nurtured and to be cared for. And it's so challenging. It's so challenging because we want to fix things. And that's not our job. Our job is to understand and to nourish and nurture and to look after the other the way that we want to be looked after. And I see Andrew is picking up on that as well too. Yeah, expecting perfection. Okay, so what lesson is there about unconditional love? This is a beautiful card, Tamiya. So this is the Page of Cups. The pages have a heart. They have a heart on the top of them in this deck. And what I want to suggest is that you remember that little girl in you, that all you wanted to do was to be loved. And your husband or your partner, the same thing, right? They also, that little child within them just wants to be loved. They just want to be loved unconditionally, despite their faults, despite their quirks, despite the extra 10 pounds or the whatever it is that is so darn annoying. Inside them is just a little child that wants to be cared for. And that can feel, I just read Andrew's comment, that can feel overwhelming, right? If you have a baby to care for as well too, all you need is another baby in your husband. But perhaps both of you need space for that little you to be nourished. And this also might speak to going back to some reflection on why you got together in the first place. What is the younger, more naive younger, more naive version of your relationship that drew you closer together. Okay, and what might you benefit from letting go of? Again, we have another work card. And that hammer down at the bottom definitely speaks volumes. We need to do this. We need to do this. Also, the sense that there is a final product, right? There is a way this relationship is supposed to look. It's not. The relationship is ever flowing, ever evolving. It's ever changing. And if you think about the sweetness of this card in the center, and I know I talked about its challenges, but its sweetness is that we're in this together, right? And the hive works together to also the hexagons. We can talk to that as well too, because that's pretty special. We work together to create and this card speaks about that as well too, but we need to understand that it's the process that is so important, not about it's not the milestones and measuring the stuff. It's about those little moments, those little adjustments. It's about the sweetness. And I really feel like a softness from both of you would really, really help. Throw away the hammer. Throw away the hammer and think about how you could nourish that family tree in a gentler way, in a softer way. If you have, I can put these cards to the side if you like, and if you have a more specific question. So sometimes what happens is that I start to kind of feel an energy and then you have something really kind of specific you want to ask me and it comes later on in the chat. So it can be difficult. Or you email me later in the day and go, actually, Sadhana, this is what I was talking about. So just think about this energy, feel this energy, feel the purity and the kindness of the Page of Pentacles. And how would the Page of Pentacles, how would the Page of not Pentacles, how would the Page of Cups see or view the challenges that you and your partner are facing at this time? And what would that inner child say to you? And what would that inner child say to your husband? Or what would your husband's inner child, what does your husband's inner child want to say to you? Right? There's a beauty in the work. There's a beauty in the process, but it can't be about fixing something. Okay? Thanks, Tamiya. Okay. Now, Donna. Princess, thank you, Donna. I'm going to follow the guidance of Donna because she's just keeping an eye on who has had multiple readings over the last couple of weeks. Okay. I think that's the show I was talking about. Okay, so now I'm going to Princess Knee. Princess Knee. Okay. So Princess, I'm going to approach this a little bit differently. I'm going to draw on some of the resources from this spread, helping you, supporting you towards your next relationship. Because the question that you ask, what that does is that takes away your power. And you want to have the power to choose the relationship that is fulfilling for you. You want to have the power to be in the circumstances that make you feel fulfilled and beautiful, right? So let's shift this a little bit and see if we can find some wisdom for you. Let's hold light and love around Princess Nee. What is the general message regarding her heart space? And then I'm going to do the unconditional love question again and the letting go question, because those are really powerful medicine in understanding about relationship. Okay. Oops, I have one card that's... Right, this is about you, Princess Nee, getting stronger and more powerful and getting clearer about what it is that you want and what it is that you, where you see yourself. So the vision of your relationship is really important. So the first card is your heart space. So this is beautiful, right? So this tells me that you're open, that your heart is ready to grow. This is the Ace of Pentacles. This card has a lightness to it. It has potential to it. So this is kind of like you can create a mantra, some beautiful language around this. My heart is ready. My heart is ready to be open and to grow in whatever direction is in my highest interest. So this is gorgeous, right? This is about blossoming and to allow yourself to blossom. This is the card for unconditional love. This is a card for letting go. So what is it you need to know about unconditional love? This is the Death card. And this is the letting go card. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to read this as a complete message. The Death card showing up here is really beautiful. The fact that it's actually before the Ace of Pentacles card, for two reasons. One is that, so as far as a lesson goes, it's really important that you completely release and let go of relationships gone past. So past relationships. There's no messaging each other. There's no, little lovey messages or hints or this or that. If it's possible to completely, if there's letters or notes or mementos, maybe keep one thing and the rest of them you can throw into the fire. You can give, you can donate, and so forth. These are all, thank you, Andrew. These are all really important things. So death means that you want to enter into the new relationship, at your next relationship, free and clear. These are gorgeous cards to have side by side. Okay. Now, my intention here was a card of what do you need to let go of. But this is a really, these are both major cards. These are heavy hitter cards. And The combination of these three cards tells me that you are ready for a new relationship, that you have planted the seed, that you have done the groundwork. Hi, Mimi. So, not for a moment do I want you to doubt that you are strong enough to navigate the challenges of a relationship. Okay, so that's one thing. The other thing is, because this was in the position of letting go, if there is any sense of bravado, you know, there's a lot of um, how can I say this? Women, and I say women. This does happen with guys as well too. But there's a sense of, I've been on my own for so long that I can do everything. I can look after the house. I can. Uh, there's nothing I can't do. I don't really need a man to do this. But the truth is that when we go into a relationship, we need to find balance between the testosterone and the estrogen. And there is a sense of that is so necessary about embracing your softness, letting go of the power, letting go of the control, letting go of a partner needs to feel needed, right? A partner needs to feel needed. And so the balance in relationship between who is, and you can take, of course you can take turns and the roles will change because we need to bring out these qualities in each other. But this showing up here in the letting go thing is there's a softness that I want to feel. There's a softness that I want to let shine through, and to understand that your femininity, your sweetness, your beauty, it's time for that to grow. You don't have to be tough. You don't have to be rigid, protective, strong. It's okay to be soft. Yeah. One more. Okay. 7 of Cups. So what I suggest you do is get really clear. I was talking about this at the beginning. Get very, very clear about what it is you want to bring in. The ground is ready. Princess Nee, the ground is ready. The soil is there. It's all ready for you to blossom into a new relationship. You just need to get clear with yourself what it is you want so that you are projecting what it is that you want to receive. Okay? The 7 of Cups card says that there's a lot of there's too many different thoughts out there. So I want you to get focused and write some things down. Put these thoughts into words and have full faith that they will come true because you have planted the seed. Okay? Thank you. Hi to everybody that's coming in. Amy, I'm not sure if I said hi to you. Welcome. Will everything be fine in me and Asif this year? Asif intention for me. Okay, so that's 2 different questions. I'm not sure which the more important question is. Yes, Andrew. Yes, Seven of Cups, clouds in the Norman for sure. Great, Princess Nee. Thanks for the feedback. This is a reading for Afsana. So, Afsana, what is the more important question here? Because you've asked two separate questions. And again, this is a question that disempowers you. Right? This is like saying, like, you have no control over this. And the truth is, Afsana, you do have control over this. If you project love and light, and if Asif is that the right name? Asif is the right person for you, and if the potential in an Asif has the potential to meet what you need to learn in a relationship, then you two will be together. So, like I was saying to the previous question, it's really important that you know what you want in a relationship and that you have the ability to communicate that with Asif, right? And I know in some cultures that can be really, really challenging. Okay, so Afsana, I don't see you in the chat yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on Asif and the energy of Asif's heart chakra, keeping your frequency in mind as well too. What is the energy of Asif's heart in relation to you? What is his relationship with unconditional love? And what is your relationship with unconditional love? Actually, I'm going to do a 4 card. I'm going to do both of your hearts, and I'm going to do both of your relationship with unconditional love. That'll give us lots of good stuff. Okay. So this is your heart. This is Asif's heart. This is your relationship with unconditional love. And this is Asif's relationship with unconditional love. Okay. So this is yours, your heart. This is his heart. This is the Page of Pentacles. This is the 6 of Cups. So both of your hearts have a sweetness to them. There is a sense of naivety. And on one side, that can be very sweet, that the energy is there's a similar vibe, right? Similar vibration to the energy. I want to say that Asif values family, and that the connections of family, the importance of ancestors and relationships is really important to him. But also there's a naivety to this. So do you have the two of you talked about some of the big issues? Have you talked about children? Have you talked about money? Have you talked about the challenges of life? Because there is a naivety to this, right? And like I said, there's a beauty in that, but it also does present challenges. So my intention for the outside cards was medicine, a message about unconditional love. Okay, so on your side, there is a sense of defensiveness. There's a sense of protection. This is the 5 of Wands. Okay, this is not the 7 of Wands. It's a 5 of Wands. So if you are feeling anything, what I'm picking up here is that your tendency for self-doubt is quick. There's not a lot of confidence there. And maybe your tendency is to lash out, to get angry, to argue. And this is something definitely that you could work on personally, because let's see what his, oh, so his is the Six of Swords. So neither of you have the experience or the skills to navigate the challenges. These are very naive cards. Both of these cards tell me that if there's an argument, you're both going to go in opposite directions. You're going to take off. You're going to lash out with words, perhaps, and he's just going to turn around and walk the other way. So the message here is that taking a communication course, learning how to talk with one another is really, really important so that your relationship can survive many, many years together. He wants a family. He values family. But you, both of you, need to figure out how you're going to deal with the challenges in order for the relationship to last. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. All right. Thank you, Afsana. All right, I'm going to go to Tamsin. Tamsin, how can I focus on the perspective of the situation and what message can help heal the pain? Okay. Thank you to the mods for your active work here today. I see there's lots of stuff going on in the chat, so really appreciate it. Okay. How can I focus on the perspective of the situation? How? Okay. Without even going to the tarot cards, Tamsin, in quiet time, in meditation, you want to just step back, get back further and further and further and further. Get out of the story. Try to just imagine yourself going back further and further and further so you can get more of an eagle eye perspective of what is going on. So this means that taking time for meditation is really important. I feel like journaling is going to keep you kind of myopic. I want you to almost, just go across the street and kind of, take a photo of what's going on. How do we gain the perspective of the eagle when things are challenging? Okay, so that's one question. And then the other question is, what can help heal the pain? Okay. So the first card is going to deal with the perspective. And then we'll pull a couple more cards for next steps. Okay, so this first card, let's hold light and love around Tamsin. Okay, so the first card is perspective. The second and third card will be the steps. Okay, that was a really good cut. Okay. So with this Magician card, I'm feeling the first thing is not to give away power. Not to give away your power. You have the power. It's, I want to say, it's in your hands, quite literally. The the sense of helplessness, the sense of there's nothing I can do, hopelessness is completely wrong. You have the magic. You can weave the magic here. And there's just something about this card that it just makes me want to sit quietly and play with energy. I'm sure you've done that kind of exercise where you just feel the energy between the hands and then you just kind of stretch it. So this is a really positive card, Tamsin. It tells me that maybe even with a bit of, and I'm going to use the word witchiness, but with magic, you can. So with your perspective, with your skills, you have the power. You have the ability to connect and shift and transform. Okay, so what are healing steps? King of Cups and Chariot. So we have two majors, Magician and Chariot. So with the Chariot card here, I want to say that this situation needs to shift. It needs to change. There's a new way that we can be looking at this. The king, I need to just give me a moment here to riff. The King of Cups has been through the full journey of emotions, and the King of Cups can represent you, it can represent your partner, it can represent whoever is in this situation, it can represent the general energy. There's also, I'm sensing um, uh, a know-it-all, and this is not a swords card, but I feel like there's a know-it-allness, like I'm better, I'm better energy here, and I don't know where that is coming from. And that is creating separation. That is creating separation, it's creating denial. And so I feel like the invitation here is to go back into the waters, to not feel like you've completed anything. And so maybe that's why the chariot is there, right? Chariot, Cancer, water. We need to dive back into the water. This would suggest counseling. It would suggest opening up to seeing the situation completely differently. Maybe it means a fresh start, a new environment, leaving, and that if you think about a traditional RWS, I haven't looked at the chat. I'm going to look at the chat in a minute. I just need to kind of feel this. That traditional chariot card where the charioteer is leaving a bunch of stuff behind, right? The chariot is the end of that first level, Tamsin, that first 7 cards. The we need to level up. We need to go to the next place. And in that, there are things that are left behind. Whether strength or justice comes next, it doesn't matter. It's like there's a you got to muster up that courage to go forward. Okay, I'm gonna go to the chat and then I'll respond. Okay. Okay, Tamsin's quiet. So give that some thought. I feel like that King of Cups is lost. Lost. This feels very Seven of Cupsy to me. Okay. Well, if there are other comments by Tamsin that come up, we can speak to that in a little bit. Okay. Okay. Nina. Okay. Nina. Just looking for Nina's. Oh my goodness, the troll. I saw you guys zapping trolls, so that's good. And those links are to porn websites, in case you didn't know. All right. If you have time, I'd love to try your spread. My question is about the relationship with myself. In January, I've gone through some deep stuff regarding inner child and shadow work. Okay. So Nina, I'm going to do part of the spread, okay? And then we'll do part of the spread. So we'll do the first card, the heart chakra card. Julia's here. I just want to respond to Tamsin just for a second here. I'm just reading Tamsin's comment. I've been wanting to leave residency. However, running from problems with him will not solve the issues we have. Right. I asked for marriage counseling, yet he won't respond. I don't see the Chariot card as running away. There's something that's wanting to be created here. And I feel like you are the one that has to take charge of this. You are the one that Magician plus the Chariot, those are such strong cards. And I know that is a lot. New mother, that's so much responsibility, not feeling supported in this situation. So how can you dive into the waters, speaking metaphorically, how can you dive into the waters without his support? And what does that mean? Right? Because the Chariot, I don't know if you could Is there a course? Is there an opportunity for some kind of spiritual group or spiritual counseling that you can do individually, something for your own self-development? I'm sorry, sweetie, I can't spend more time on this, but I want you to feel the power of those two majors, and also the fact that this is definitely a serious shift. These two cards showing up reflects the seriousness of this shift of energy in your relationship at this time. I need to let that go. Okay, so I'm going to shift my energy to Nina now. Thanks for your patience, Nina. So we're going to look, holding light and love around Nina. Look at the energy around Nina's heart space. I want to look at unconditional love for self. And then also bringing in beauty and grace. So you've been doing a lot of work. So that 6th card feels really important, right? That's the card of filling up. We need to fill the cup as well, too. You're welcome, Canson. I'm sorry I can't. I would love to talk to you in person. Okay, so let's focus on Nina. Heart, unconditional love, beautiful cut. Heart, unconditional love, and then filling the cup. Okay, not the easiest of cards for this sort of a question. Okay, so let's look at this pictorially. Let's look at this as the rib cage, and the eagle, this strong, all-seeing being, is inside this rib cage, right? Your heart is the eagle, and your heart, the eagle does not want to be contained. The eagle needs to fly. Does this make sense? Right? This is there's a holding back that I'm feeling here. And it's time for you to give yourself permission to be a little freer with what you do. Just your weight. There's a lightness of being that is required. The eagle wants to soar. The eagle wants to fly. Why is the eagle still in the cage? Unconditional love for self. Queen of air, queen of swords, queen of ether, queen of feathers. She is highly spiritual. She knows how to connect with spirit. She does. And she thrives in that. She finds a great deal of beauty in that. But sometimes she can be a little, I don't know if snobby is the right word, but there's a sense of grounding, which we'll get to over here, that is necessary. So I feel like I was talking about this earlier today in the Lenormand class. Okay, so this is unconditional love for self. Unconditional love. What do you need to learn about unconditional love? That it is okay to spend time with spirit. It's okay to be connecting with God. Now, my voice is starting to go, and some people might say that's because you've been talking so much and you've been on the air for a couple of hours. But there's another reason the voice begins to go, and this is about me talking to you about your voice and the importance of articulating all that is going on in your mind. Unconditional love, Queen of Swords, Queen of Air energy. I want to come back to this. The other card I said was about beauty, And what I'm feeling here, this is about filling your cup. there might be a little bit of disdain for the material, a rejection of gifts and treats, spending money on spa day, things like that. But I feel like this card wants you to embrace the material. And perhaps what these cards on either side are showing us is that there needs to be a balance between the spiritual and the material. And that it's important that you are in both worlds and you know that both worlds are part of this process that you are going through. It's okay to eat your favorite foods. It's okay to spend money on something that you might consider frivolous, to treat yourself, to love yourself in a three-dimensional way. I also feel the energy of that four pulling you down to the earth, keeping you grounded. So anything that helps to make you feel grounded is really important as well too. Okay. I hope that gives you some insight, Nina. Thank you. Thanks for your comment, Peanut Lover. Where are we at? Okay. For those of you that weren't here at the beginning, I created a spread for today. There's some really powerful questions in the description box below that you might want to pull, not necessarily all 6 cards, but they feel, I don't know, it feels really, really relevant right now. So these 3 cards are for Peanut Lover. And this will be the final reading for today. I have a session after this and my home. Let's hold light and love around Peanut Lover. Okay, these are general cards for spiritual guidance. I'm going to put all 3 on the table at the same time. This is the King of Pentacles, Strength, which we've seen today, and another King. Okay, King of Fire. Okay, yes, we're in the last quarter moon. The energy is waning. The energy is waning. And today, I'm just going to look at my moon. My moon. Today is the 25th. Today is the 25th. So the moon is in Scorpio. Waning half moon, waning quarter moon in Scorpio. Okay. These are really, really strong cards. Really strong cards. So in one word, this is you've got this. You can do this. We have a receptive king. We have a active king. So no matter what anybody is telling you, regardless of any self-doubt, you have the organizational skills, the leadership skills, the resources, the strength to do this, to act, to move forward, to go, to grow, to lead. And you lead from a really beautiful place, an inner strength that has always guided you. You probably were a leader as a child. And the two kings can also be mirrored. Fatima, I will do a quick card for you after Peanut Lover, okay? So just hang in there. I'll do a quick yes or no for you. I want to say, Peanut Lover, that the two kings may be represented as others in your external environment. So there may be two mentors as well, two strong mentors that you can lean into for guidance. But what this message is a big yes. This is a big yes to accept the job, to whatever is going on in your life. You can do this. You can do this on your own. You are strong. You are strong and powerful and beautiful. There's a lovely balance here of beauty and strength. There's a lovely balance of elements here. Okay, so go with that, all right? Okay, so you're a female, okay? The kings don't necessarily represent men, right? They represent your inner strength, your ability to lead. Hi, Candy. So I'm just going to do a quick yes or no for Fatima, who wants to know if somebody's coming back, I believe. So I'm going to do a quick yes or no. Okay. So I'm going to do the yes or no spread. The three aces spread. That's what I'm going to do. And if you don't know this spread, you can learn it right now. I'm not, because I would do a 9 card or greater, Andrew. And I don't have time for that right now. I have a Reiki session. Somebody will be walking into my house very soon. All right, so let's hold light and love around Fatima. And the question is, will Fatima's ex come back to her? Okay, so in this spread, we count to 13. The 13th card was a 2. It is the 2 of Cups. We're looking for aces. And if an ace had showed up, we would put that down. This is called the 3 aces spread. I'm going to count 13 again. 1, 2. The 11th card is the Ace of Wands. 1, and then Ace of Cups. Probably. Because we're looking at the 2 aces of passion, the 2 aces of relationship. And while the question is focusing on X, I'm not sure that this needs to be limited to that relationship. Yeah. Okay, so it's a positive rating. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here today. I have a class tonight. I'll be back on for the class tomorrow. Tomorrow is the Hush Tarot session. And I haven't posted the thumbnail for that yet, but I'm really, really excited about all that's coming up for our Hush Tarot investigation. I'll get that thumbnail up for you later today. And I want to thank you all for your patience and your support of one another in the chat. It's been a lovely afternoon. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very soon. Namaste.